Welcome. It's the Matic. It's the illest blurred in the land. Welcome back to Ill Blur Matic. Welcome back, legends. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing. Let's get into today's new video. Today's new video is on one of my other favorite 90s anime, YuYu Hakusho, that I grew up on watching as well. But today we're not talking about the anime, we're talking about the anime live adaptation review. So, the first thing that I noticed right off was that this was in dub. I was highly surprised to say, wait. Netflix? Y'all giving us a dub? All right, Netflix, I see y'all out here in these anime streets. Love that they gave it to us in the dub. Honestly, I do like subtitles. Let me just be honest. This is my confessions for Ill Blur Matic. But I wanted to see the dub for this. I wanted English, and I didn't want to just have to hear it in the subtitle version of it. So, Netflix, thank you for that. It is gladly appreciated from the Otaku Ill Blur Matic. That was the first thing. Now, the next thing that I noticed with this, and this is probably the best thing that I saw with this anime live adaptation, the fighting sequences really worked. Yusuke versus Goki. Man, I mean, I felt like this battle was very intense. We saw the intenseness. Yusuke figuring out how to eventually beat him. We also see Kurorama versus Karasu. Very well executed. It was darn close to the pretty much the anime counterpart. I was like, Netflix, y'all nailed it. Y'all nailed it with that battle. I was like, yep. Hiei versus Bui felt really good too. I was like, okay, great. I love what they done with this. Less similar to the battle. There was a bit of a disappointment. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but stay tuned and let's finish watching the video so you can see what I'm talking about, why I was disappointed as well. And also, Kuwabara, man, I like what they done with Kuwabara, in this as well. You know, it wasn't an action scene, it was just him learning how to use the spirit sword, I'll be honest with you. And also Hiei versus Yusuke. Love what they did with that. Felt very nostalgic in some aspects, not completely the whole nostalgicness with this. Worked. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is the character development. We see how Yusuke and Kuwabara interacted with one another. Very close to the anime when it came to it. How them being rivals and beating up on each other felt like the actual relationship that they had, being school classmates. Keiko and Yusuke's relationship felt very close to the anime. So they did do a good job with that. The other thing is too that worked is how Yusuke ended up being a ghost. Love what they did with that. There was a slight difference that they did with it, but like I said, I'm not going to talk about that until the next part of the review. But it really worked. Also, like I said, the Toguro brothers, how they got introduced pretty much by Sakio, the businessman. I like how they use Sakio a little bit in this. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. We see him way before the Dark Tournament arc in this actual series. But that's okay. Now, the final thing which really impressed me, whoever did the costume designs did a fantastic job. I mean, Genkai looked like freaking Genkai from the anime. The Toguro brothers looked like the Toguro brothers. Sakio looked like Sakio, a shady businessman. Wealthy shady businessman, all right? Yusuke looked like Yusuke, the green uniform that he had, the black hair, even the shoes. Hiei's costume, I had mixed feelings about. I felt like they did the best they could. Maybe they just didn't have the money to get more material to make it look Hiei like in the anime adaptation. Kurama was spot on, even in his demon fox form, looked like Kurama. All right, I was like, that's Kurama. Karasu looked like Karasu. Keiko looked like Keiko. Not he is love interest. Yusuke love interest. Forgive me. Yukina looked like Yukina. So I did like that with the costumes, and even Botan looked like Botan. So the character designs, costume, person, nailed it. Special effects. Let's talk about that too, because there are some special effects in here, or visual effects. Um, Yusuke Spirit Gun looked like Yusuke Spirit Gun. Unfortunately, Kurama's Spirit Sword was blue in the series, in this live adapt series, but in the anime it's yellow. Maybe they just didn't have the money or the resources to use that, so I'm not really for sure. But it did look like the Spirit Sword. I wish they would have used the lightsaber special effects. Remember when Kurama used to put it out, and you see him like, it's the blur to me, y'all. Forgive me. That was really well executed. Kurama having the rose whip, and also in his demon form using the death plant, very nostalgic to what you saw in the original series. So special effects did a good job. I was like, okay. I mean, I wish I would have saw more on Bui's side, and I'm gonna talk about that later. So let's get into what I did not like about the Yu Yu Hakusho live adaptations. First off, we're gonna talk about the story. There were instances in this. Oh my god! I said, Netflix. So y'all slightly changed the storylines within the story. Was disappointing. Very highly disappointing. And let me just talk about this right now. How Yusuke got killed in a killed in a truck accident. They changed the story slightly, and I was annoyed. I was like, oh my god, why did y'all do that? Why didn't this make any sense? The other thing that kind of annoyed me too, and maybe this was more to understand that Yusuke does have a human side to him, and he's not just this delinquent. The little boy. I mean, I knew we saw him a few times in anime, but like seeing him again, I was like, how many more times are you gonna use this little boy in this actual live adaptation? I was like, this don't sit right with me. The other thing that surprised me is we didn't get enough Botan and Yusuke. I felt like that was poorly misused. Like, I was like, so Yusuke just talking to Botan in the spirit world with Kawimba? No, I don't remember YuYu Hakusho being this way. Disappointing. The other thing that I felt like with the story that killed it was the death of Genkai. I felt like they should have stuck with the original story where Yusuke is getting this new power from Genkai, and she sacrifices her life in order to like give him this power to defeat Elder Toguro, or I should say the Toguro brothers. Poorly misused. Not Elder Toguro, younger Toguro, excuse me. That did not sit right with me. The next thing I want to talk about is the character development. This is where I saw this was a big problem. Hiei not using the Jagan Eye as much was highly disappointing. I was like, well, why is Kurama doing all this cool stuff and Hiei's not? Also, Yusuke learning to use Genkai new powers, I felt like that should have stretched a bit more. This series should have at least, from ill blurred Madden's mouth, I'm being real with you guys, don't get me wrong, this should have been a 10 to 20 episode or no less than 15 episode series, because there were a lot of things that they did not focus on. That, Yu Yu Hakusho is story driven. character development as well. And this was poorly executed. Netflix, we got a problem. We got a problem. If y'all gonna give us a 5-episode series, y'all could at least, from a standpoint of a otaku, gave us 1-hour episodes. It don't make no sense. Y'all cram all this into 5 episodes. I mean, we got the Yusuke Spirit Detective arc. We didn't even get the freaking Saint Beast arc, which was highly disappointing. I was like, Netflix, what on earth are you doing? Like, this arc could have set up to learn the relationship aspects between Yusuke, Hiei, Kurama, even freaking Kuwabara. I mean, come on. I was like, so that means y'all gave us the Yukina arc, rescue arc, the Dart tournament, and the Yusuke Spirit Detective arc. That was it. We didn't even get the Saint Beast. What? What are you doing, Netflix? What are you freaking doing? Because this would have worked out. This probably would have fleshed out a bit of the story a bit more to see them use their abilities before they got these power-ups that were poorly misused in this anime live adaptation. So, yeah, I'm disappointed. The other thing that I'm disappointed about is the Dart Tournament arc. And I have to say, I was highly disappointed with that because they did not show the other people that were originally in the Dart Tournament from the anime. I mean, come on. We didn't see Jin. We didn't see the Shinobis. We didn't see the other teams. And I'm just like, Netflix, I think y'all trying to milk the fans. Y'all trying to milk us. Y'all trying to milk us for every penny, every dollar that y'all got. And I was just like, oh my God. I was like, no. Why did y'all do this to us? This is a huge disservice. And for anybody that's new to the Yu Yu Hakusho series that watched the live adaptation, I want you guys to do yourself a favor. Go watch the anime adaptation. You're gonna love it way more than the live adaptation. I hate to say this, but I gotta bring it up. I have to bring this up because I want you guys to see the differences. You're gonna see the differences that I'm telling you about because you saw the anime. You didn't just see the live adaptation. Very disappointing. Even Yusuke mother being an alcoholic, we didn't even see that. I was like, and let me not even say the Yukina rescue arc was straight trash. Like, okay, so now Keiko's involved with Yukina. They kidnapped her too. Now, the next thing I want to talk to you guys about, and I have to admit this, is what is the biggest problem that I see with Netflix live adaptations. And I gotta say this because I don't know if anybody else notices, like I noticed, missing characters. Ever since Netflix has been doing live adaptations, y'all have been doing a poor job with this, all right? I mean, I saw Bleach, there was no Chad. Death Note, there was like a missing character too. You know what I'm saying? Then they're talking about, oh, we want to do a My Hero. Leave My Hero alone, Netflix. I don't want to see a live adaptation of My Hero. If y'all gonna keep giving us missing characters, no. And let me talk about the missing characters that were in this series. First off, where was Kurama's sister? There was no Kurama's sister in the anime. That didn't make no sense because she ends up becoming a regular that we see in the show. Right? Kunimwa's ogre assistant, nowhere to be found. The Dart tournament contestants besides Team Toguro, nowhere to be found. And I have to say that was probably maybe the thing that I did not like about this. I'm like, I felt like this could have fleshed out way better if they would have had the other contestants before going to fight Team Toguro. That to me was sloppy. Okay, so let me give you my rating on this. I have to give this an F. I am sorry to the YuYu Hakusho fans out there that bit into this show and said, "Oh, I love it. It's a great show." No. No. I would be lying to myself if I told y'all this was the best live adaptation. No, it's not. Like I said, the story wasn't there. Power ups, we did not see enough of that. The one arc they used, but they quickly used. I think the Saint Beast arc was the one arc they just said, "Hey, we're gonna throw it in there. He ain't Kurama gonna handle it." No. I'm highly disappointed. Highly disappointed by this. I don't trust Netflix. I don't trust Netflix for a live adaptation anymore. If this is the direction y'all gonna go, and to milk the fans, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it. Y'all are milking the fan base. I don't even want to see a season two. I know I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna do a season two. It's a no for me. It's a no for me. But it's your boy Ill Blur Meta, guys. You tell me in the comments, how did you feel about this anime live adaptation? Did you enjoy it? Did you dislike it? And also give me your rating. I want to hear you guys' ratings too for people that have watched it. And like I said, guys, it's a Blur Living Word, guys. Thank you so much for commenting, liking, subscribing, also fully watching the video, guys. Have a wonderful day, guys.